November 22, 1963. Dallas, Texas. The President of the United States is riding through the city in an open-top limousine. Crowds line the streets. People wave. Cameras flash. Everything feels normal. Then, gunshots echo through Dealey Plaza. Panic explodes. People begin screaming. Secret Service agents rush toward the presidential limousine as it speeds away. And within seconds, the most powerful man in America is dying. Before the day ends, police would arrest a former Marine named Lee Harvey Oswald. The government would later conclude that Oswald acted alone. Case closed. But more than 60 years later, millions of people still believe the official story is a lie. Because according to the government, one man changed history forever. But what if he didn't act alone? To this day, the assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most controversial events in modern history. Some believe the mystery was solved immediately. Others believe the truth was buried. So what really happened that day in Dallas? Here's the official explanation and why so many people still question it. In 1963, President Kennedy was one of the most famous men on earth. Young, charismatic, but not everyone in Dallas welcomed Kennedy. Political hostility toward him had been rising for months. Some newspapers even printed harsh attacks against the president before his arrival. Still, the motorcade moved forward as planned. At around 12:30 p.m., the presidential limousine entered Dealey Plaza. Witnesses smiled and waved as the cars slowly passed through the crowd. Then, a loud crack suddenly echoed through the plaza. Some people froze. Others thought it was fireworks. Then came another shot, and another. Chaos erupted instantly. Witnesses dropped to the ground. Parents grabbed their children. People pointed in different directions, confused about where the shots had come from. Inside the limousine, President Kennedy had been hit. Texas Governor John Connally was also wounded. Secret Service agent Clint Hill jumped onto the back of the moving limousine as the driver accelerated toward Parkland Hospital. But the damage was catastrophic. Less than an hour later, President Kennedy was pronounced dead. America was in shock. Television networks interrupted programming. Radios across the country delivered the breaking news. For millions of people, it felt unreal. Years earlier, he had defected to the Soviet Union during the height of the Cold War before eventually returning to America. To many investigators, he immediately appeared suspicious. But the story became even stranger. Roughly 45 minutes after the assassination, a Dallas police officer named J.D. Tippit was shot and killed. Police claimed Oswald was responsible. Soon afterward, Oswald was arrested inside a movie theater. During questioning, he denied everything. Over and over again, he insisted, "I'm just a patsy, a man being set up." But before the public could hear his full story, something unbelievable happened. 2 days after Kennedy's assassination, while being transferred through the basement of Dallas Police Headquarters, Oswald was shot on live television. Millions of Americans watched in horror as nightclub owner Jack Ruby stepped forward from the crowd and pulled the trigger. Just like that, the only suspect in the assassination was dead. The moment instantly fueled suspicion across the country. Why would someone kill Oswald before a trial? Was Ruby acting alone? Or was someone trying to silence Oswald forever? The government moved quickly to calm public fear. President Lyndon B. Johnson created the Warren Commission to investigate the assassination. After months of investigation, the commission reached a final conclusion: Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. According to the official report, Oswald fired 3 shots from the 6th floor of the depository building using a bolt-action rifle. One of the most controversial parts of the report became known as the single bullet theory. Investigators argued that a single bullet passed through President Kennedy and then wounded Governor Connally. Supporters believed the evidence made sense. Critics called it impossible, and that's where the conspiracy theories truly began. Almost immediately, people started questioning the official story. Witnesses gave conflicting accounts of where the shots came from. Some insisted they heard gunfire from a grassy hill near the plaza, a location now famously known as the Grassy Knoll. Others believed there had to be multiple shooters. Then there was the Zapruder film, a home video captured by businessman Abraham Zapruder. Frame by frame, people analyzed Kennedy's final moments for decades. Some believed the footage supported the lone gunman theory. Others argued it suggested shots from another direction. Questions continued to grow. Why were some government documents hidden for years? Why did witness testimonies sometimes conflict? Why did Oswald repeatedly deny involvement? And perhaps most importantly, if Oswald acted alone, why did so many people feel unconvinced? Over time, countless theories emerged. Some blamed the CIA. Others pointed toward the mafia. Some suspected anti-Castro Cuban groups. Others believed the Soviet Union may have been involved. Books were written. Investigations reopened. Experts debated endlessly on television. Even decades later, newly released government files continued fueling public curiosity. But despite all the theories, no definitive evidence has ever fully proven a larger conspiracy. And yet, doubt never disappeared. Maybe that's because the assassination of JFK became something bigger than a murder investigation. For many Americans, it marked the moment trust in government began to collapse. The idea that a single disturbed man could assassinate the President of the United States in broad daylight felt too simple, too easy. People wanted answers, certainty, closure, but instead, they were left with questions. And those questions never truly went away. Officially, the case is closed. Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. That remains the government's conclusion to this day. But more than 60 years later, millions of people still aren't convinced. Maybe the truth died in Dallas that afternoon. Or maybe the world simply refuses to believe that one man could change history forever. What do you think really happened on November 22, 1963?